And cheers, everybody. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Coach's Coffee Corner. We're going to be breaking down our products, but I've got an exciting kind of new piece today that I don't know if you guys can kind of hear it in my voice. I'm getting over a little bit of, I don't know, cold, sinus, whatever. But I wanted to still get active with you guys, and I wanted to start a couple minutes early because we're actually going to be spending some time looking at some products, highlighting. Shout out to Nested Naturals. We'll get the supplements in. Shout out to Wahoo and our kind of products and brands over there. We'll go through that. And then I'm actually going to be putting together a new squat rack that I got in the last week or so. And I'm really excited about this because it's a collapsible, foldable squat rack, which I actually have in the carousel. And another awesome piece, we have a 5-day window where our slow cooker recipe pack is absolutely free on Kindle. I have that highlighted right now, so you guys can get it on Kindle if you didn't already. It's completely free. You don't have to worry about putting anything down. And like, I like to do this whenever possible. Transparently, Amazon limits us in how often I can make this available for free to you guys. But whenever I can, I like to be able to do that, even with the 28-day reset, all the ebooks and Kindle and paperback books that we have, because I want to deliver value for you guys. And then I also have, I'm really excited about this, we're going to be dropping a supplement, a barbecue, and a dessert series in the month of June. So by the end of June, we're going to have 3 new books up that we're going to be publishing back to back to back. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be really exciting. Again, we're going to do some special promos and things like that. For some reason, my chat's not loading. So you're going to see me kind of looking over here, because I got the chat open up on my phone to see if anything's popping in there. Normally, I like to type in on my computer, have all the alarms going off, but it doesn't look like it's popping up. So with that being said, we'll get into it. First, I'll kind of go through our Nested Naturals. I actually got some new products in that I'm super stoked about. And as always, we got the classic, I'm just going to bring this puppy over here. Let's just bring this bad boy. We're going to pop it out of our tripod. I set up a tripod over here so that when I'm filming, I have it good. But now we'll use our Lamicall kind of stand, which is another classic product we have in the carousel. Shout out to Lamicall. But we have our Nested Naturals Superfood Brain Blend and the Super Cordyceps Energy and Greens Blend. I already have it thrown in and mixed up right in here. Normally, I do this on Mondays after my workout, and then pretty much all the other days I do it before my workout, just because Mondays can be a pretty intensive day. So that's why I'm doing it before today, but you might have seen in other content, I'll do it afterwards. So I wanted to highlight that. But I actually got some new supplements in from Nested Naturals, and we're going to go over that. I've got the Luna Sleep Blend right here. I'm obviously not going to take that right now because I'm not trying to go to sleep. But I took this the last 2 nights. I always like to test it out a little bit before I give you guys my insight. And I made a shoppable video on that, so you guys will see that coming up in the next couple of days. Here's what I will say with this. When I've taken melatonin, I've taken a variety of different supplements, sleep support things. I've taken even Nested Naturals 5-HTP, which I have in here as well. The thing I've noticed between the 5-HTP and their Luna Sleep Pack is, by comparison, melatonin, I find, tends to kind of hit you with this groggy feeling where it can be very helpful to fall asleep. But every once in a while, I find that I have interesting dreams and kind of nightmares that go along with that, or kind of have, yeah, what's up, Christian? I see you, homie. Hold up. We got to give Christian some love here. What's up, dude? What's going on, man? I don't know if you can still hear it in my voice. I'm still a little scratchy, but don't worry. I'll be in the gym today. Feeling definitely better. And the thing about the Luna Pack, it just has some additional things beyond the 5-HTP, which is standing for a tryptophan, or that's the shortened version. It's amino acid. It's naturally occurring. But here's some of the key things I wanted to highlight. Not only does it have theanine, which is, again, another amino acid naturally occurring, valerian extract, which is, again, a root that's going to help with that sleep transition. The other one is chamomile. If you guys have ever drank tea, I'm sure you've heard of chamomile tea. That can be a great component to it. And then also GABA, which is a really helpful transition kind of a supplement for sleep. And then this does actually have, I didn't even realize, it does have 6 milligrams of melatonin, which now looking at it, interesting, because normally when I take melatonin, I feel a little bit more of this impact on it. When I took this, I didn't feel that. So maybe it's just the levels of melatonin. Usually there's 10 to 20 milligrams versus the 6. That might be part of the reason why. And yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see, what's Christian saying? Good to hear. I'll give you some nightmare. Yeah, homie, I'll see you later. What are you up to today, Christian? By the way, are you at work right now? What's going down? Why aren't you here? I'm sure it's what the people are. And there's also a deal right now, by the way, guys. You got 20% off. But now let's also shift on over. I actually got to take all my supplements. We're going to take the B complex. Oh, snap. Thanks for the love, y'all. Whoever's dropping those hearts, I appreciate you. Thanks for dropping the loves. Oh, there they go. They're popping off. So we got our B complex, Nested Naturals. I'm not taking the Luna because I'm not trying to go to sleep. I got the omega-3. Again, this is an algae based instead of a fish oil or a krill oil. The difference is ultimately is just the actual aftertaste. If you guys have ever taken like a fish oil or a krill oil, you know, like when you kind of burp afterwards and it has that like flavor to it, which isn't always the greatest. Oh, I see all the love. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Let me drop some chat. What's up, Liz? Oh, yeah, girl. Liz, drop your link, by the way. Guys, go check out Liz. Liz is the best. In case you guys don't know this, Liz holds it down. And if you guys ever, you know, want to see awesome content, go check out Liz as well. Liz, put your channel in the chat. Let the people know what's up so they can follow you. We're going to get our magnesium in. Bam. Again, magnesium is going to help with, from a physical component, like if you have muscle cramping, this can be a helpful electrolyte for that component of it. And then we'll also get, let's see, we got that. I'm going to take my DHEA. This isn't even Nested Naturals. This is just something I take on a daily basis. Boom. And that's just going to help with hormone and energy levels as well as mood regulation. Now, here's the bonus one. This is the one I wanted to highlight. There it is. Liz dropped her link. Guys, go give her a follow if you're not already. She's absolutely awesome. She's got great content. She's going to be putting out even more content. I know that. Oh, what's up? All the love. So D Manos this is an interesting one. This is one that I like, honestly, Nested Naturals. I literally am just like, when we work together, I'm just like, hey, I just want to try everything you guys have. This wouldn't be when I like is in my top picks of products, but since I've pretty much had all their other stuff, I wanted to give it a shot. Now, this is specifically cranberry extract, which can be great for, again, urinary tract and your bladder. Now, obviously, even as a guy, like I have a urinary tract, so I'm going to be mindful of keeping that clean. And where I think about supplements is being able to take them to support the natural function of your organs and of your body. So if you can have something that supports that function or remove toxins, when I say remove, like not drinking alcohol and removing certain habits or foods that are going to cause inflammation, it's a combination of supplements supporting your body and also getting out of your own way, as I like to look at it. So that cranberry extract can be a nice little bonus for that. And I believe that's all of my supplements I'm going to be taking, except for the vegan D3 and K2, which are both fat soluble. So you want to take them in the presence of fat is the ideal way for them to break down. Most of the supplements are water soluble. So that's why I've got my protein with some fat in it. I ate my breakfast before. Bam. And yes, let's throw this down. I've already got the Nested Natural blend up. I wanted to get that knocked out for you guys. All the supplements. And there we go. Now, the cool thing about the blue raspberry, it just helps with flavor. Now, what I will say, guys, again, these are all supplements. So they're supposed to supplement my nutrition. So I'm not becoming solely reliant on these. I'm saying, all right, cool, I'm not going to eat fruits and vegetables. I'm not going to eat nutrient diverse foods. I'm not going to worry about getting in good fats and all those things, even with my protein shakes. The goal is to have 80 to 90% of the nutrients I'm taking come from whole foods, plant-based items, meat, whatever you're going with. And then if you want to bridge the gap, especially if you're in, this is the interesting part to supplements, if you're in a calorie deficit, which is a fancy way of saying if you're burning, oh, what's up, Delbert? If you're burning more calories than what you're consuming, sometimes it can be challenging to get all the vitamins and minerals you want. That's especially where I find supplements to be a key component. I'm doing good, man. How about you? I be bragging about you all the time, Delbert. And then we also got, I wanted to drop this. I got work at 2, work till 3. Dang, eating some food, cleaning up the house. Get it, Christian. I see you, homie. Getting after it. And then also we've got, real quick, I'm going to share this with you guys. I got all the stuff popping off right now. All the notifications. We still have our Mr. Health and Fitness I'm in the running for, guys. So I'm currently in 2nd place in my group. And of course, my mouse died. So I always got a backup ready though to charge my mouse, but I share this with you guys. This week I got to be in the top 10, which I am. Then next week is the top 5, which I should be if I stay there now. And then it's you have to win first to move forward. So I say all this to say, if you guys want to support me, you can just cast a free vote by clicking right there. You can do what you got to do. If you guys have any questions on that, I'll happily share the info in the chat. You can find it on, like, again, on my profile here on Amazon. I got everything synced up. You can find it on my other profile links, all that good stuff. And again, we have the recipe pack. The slow cooker recipe pack is absolutely free from now until Sunday. So if you guys want to get on that, feel free to. I'm going to go through, shout out to the OBS bot. This is the 4K. I'm using it right now. This is what I'm actually using with you guys, which is going to come in handy. And then I'm just going to kind of go through all the fun stuff here. If you guys have questions, we shot so much content. Liz, you're the best, by the way. So much content and getting it all up. So you'll see some of that stuff coming up as well. Ooh, dang, we got 50% off on the Flybird bench. And then not only do we have 44% off, but we also have an additional lightning deal on the heated leg massager. So if you guys want to get in on that, dude, that's solid. Let's see if actually the video I made on this is up. Let's see, y'all. Let's see. Let's see if they got good video. They did. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. You know what I realized? I haven't been talking that much the last 2 days, and I can already still feel, even with the congestion, talking still a little rough. You guys aren't going to be able to hear this, so I'll just open it up. This is after a long day. I think it was either after a road trip or after a hard workout day. I was throwing these on. You got the heated component of it. And I also like to highlight the length of the cord to just let you guys know you're going to want to be next to like an outlet for this to work. Let's see. Other questions? And again, if you guys got questions on this, let me know in the chat. But honestly, I don't even know. I think most of the time setting up the squat rack is going to be taking place, and then we'll see what happens with the workout. I don't even know if I'm going to get the workout in. I don't even know how I'm feeling. I'm still kind of feeling a little bit more congested than I would like. And this is something that what I've learned over the years of like how to know when to exercise and when to not. And this is something I send a lot of my clients, is one of the best indicators is based on your symptoms and the intensity of the workout. Like today should be a full total body workout day, which I just transparently don't know how I'm going to feel for that. So we'll see. We're going to take it piece by piece. First, we're going to set up the squat rack, though. I'm really excited to get that knocked out and film some content for it. And then we'll demonstrate some of the movements and have some fun with that. Bam. Look at this, y'all. Look at it. And look how simple this is. You got power, you got heat, you've got mode, you got intensity. You can't really go wrong. Yeah, don't hurt yourself if you don't feel good. Yeah, it's just like, it's less of like hurting. I just don't want to like negatively impact my immune system and take longer to recover than I need to. Especially because I'm going to be in the gym today, training people. Like I know I'm not contagious at this point. It's more of like just like wanting to just get over this kind of head cold as much as possible. So we'll see. We shall see, y'all. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's go into the Flybird house. It has a great deal, so we'll highlight that. Transparently, guys, I've also like been clearing house on the garage. We're going to be moving into a new office space in July. And I'm just like clearing out a lot of space here in the home gym because we have our gym at Rogue. Shout out to Rogue. We have a gym there as well. Also, Christian, if you're still here, found out we have a shower at the office space or at the gym that we can use. So I'm super pumped about that. And it looks like my actual video for Flybird isn't here. What? I got to make another video and resubmit it. I'm a little bummed out about that. That's cool, though. Not only do they have, like, you know, influencer videos, but they have customer review videos, which I think is cool. So you can see, like, the stars they give and, like, the unbiased perspective. Even though, like, I create this content, browser has blocked your screen. What? Click the screen icon. Oh, okay, never mind. I try and create as much of an unbiased opinion as I can, but I like to be transparent. Like when I get things for free, or if people are paying you to talk about their stuff, there's even when I'm mindful of that, like I'm sure there's going to be some subconscious kind of biases that I like to be very transparent about. So you guys know you can take it all with a grain of salt, kind of a deal. Sorry as I'm sniffling into your ears here, y'all. But yeah, I'm going to pull up, again, slow cooker. That's free right now. Take advantage of the deal, y'all. Get on this deal. Let's see, and I'll cycle through. Got the fancy shirt. Got that. I was rocking that for one of my interviews. We'll get into the jump rope as well. I'll highlight the deals. We got the magnetic phone ring. That's a solid deal right now. Let's see what else we got. And then also this goes really well with the car attachment. Let's see if our video's up here too. Guys, see all the videos. That just makes it sometimes so much easier when the videos I made are already on the product and I don't have to upload them from my computer, which sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Oh, it doesn't look like it's up here anymore. Dang. I have to step my game up again. But anyway, so you guys can kind of see the deals that we got going down right now. Ooh, dang, we got 46% off on the Bedsure cooling sheets. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and this is a good one too. The 3-in-1 handheld vacuum. This one's clutch for the car. We just sold Ashley's car, and I actually used this to help kind of clean out and get some of the stuff out of there. This is a clutch one. Let's see if the video's up that I made for this puppy. And it's got a 10% off inland coupon to go along with it. Oh yeah, we got like 3 videos up on this bad boy. Boy hit all the videos up on it. Check them. So here you'll see the unboxing. Kind of go through this. You can see what to expect. So I usually like to do an unboxing video, a demonstration video, and then just like kind of my feedbacks and thoughts whenever possible with these products. So you can kind of see it at different stages and get different types of insight. They don't always rank for the product, but when they do, I feel like that's like the best of all the different aspects. So you can kind of see what to get here. Now let's look at that laid out. See how we're actually going to use this puppy. See, the only thing I will say is because it's a smaller handheld one, the space for the actual garbage isn't that much. So you're gonna have to empty it pretty often. That's the only thing that would be my 2 cents on it. And there we go for the kitchen. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we'll also go to that dish dryer. It's got 23% off. These are again just like household items that are not necessarily things you necessarily think about or like are super fun to use. Maybe like a vacuum can be fun to use, but are just like functional at the end of the day. And there we go. We've got, let's pause it really quick. We got our video up for this one as well, y'all. We good. Bam, check it. So literally I just like took it like right out of the packaging, unzip that plastic, and then boom, you're good to go. Now the cool thing I like is these little grooves in it so it can create space. So if you do put your cups, your bowls, or your dishes down, air's gonna get into it, it's gonna help dry it out. You're not gonna get like bacteria and mold and stuff. And you can even, we already have like a kind of like rack already for this, but that thing's getting overloaded. So this one to me is kind of like a additional space that's not going to get water everywhere. It grips and holds, but it's also like most likely not going to like, when I use it, we kind of fold it up when we're done so that things don't just stay there, which is a really big deal. Because I know that drives Ashley kind of nuts. I personally don't care as much about it, but I think it's important to keep in mind, all right, you don't want things to just accumulate. I can very easily, you should see the garage right now. Like we just had a yard sale, so like things are kind of crazy all over the place. Ooh, we also got 48% off a little hoverboard here. All right, so now we're going to switch gears here a little bit. I'm going to go into this folding squat rack for a bit. We also have the other products. So as you guys have questions, let me know. But I'm going to be filming on my phone, so I'm not going to be like kind of like cycling through the products. I'm going to be checking the chat. The downside to it is I actually can't see it. Let's see if I can load the chat one more time. See if we can see it pop up. Chat, where are you? So I might not be able to see it. Let's see if I open up another window from another account. I'll be able to see my chat. Chat, where you at? Let's see if this one's gonna load. I don't know what's going down with this chat right now. All the love. Thanks, y'all. I see all the hearts popping off. Yeah, chat's just not loading up. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just pop in. I'm gonna like cut videos back and forth here. You know what? Actually, because I'm recording on my OBS bot, I think I might be good. We'll see. Let's see if we cut the angle here. We're gonna move this. Nope, we're gonna go this way. Look how crazy. Just so you guys can see like a little snapshot of how messy this place is. Look at that. But we got some good lighting, so I cleared out space. Right over here is also all the craziness, but that's the other squat rack I had. So we're gonna be using this space right here. Kind of zoom in a bit so you guys can kind of see more of that space. There we go. There we go. I'm going to play with this a little bit. There we go. All right, so that should be good, y'all. And then I'm going to bounce back and forth between using this space and being able to record on my phone. So as you guys have questions, you want to pop into the chat with them, let me know. And then also I'm going to highlight the OBS bot, which is another one of our sponsored products as well. That's just absolutely awesome. I'm going to be using to film all of this. Boom. All right, let's put the camera. Let's line up our shot here. We're going to get all the angles, all the content. There we go. There we go. Boom. So we're going to go literally like full unboxing and setup. So you guys will get to see it from like start to finish. And then I'm going to have my coffee rocking. We're going to have all these things. And if you guys, again, have questions, hit the chat. I'll be popping into the chat to check it. And I thought this would be kind of fun. So you can see as I set up a new squat rack, you'll see it from start to finish. So you can set a full expectation. This is also going to be fun from like a timer perspective. Let's see how long this takes because I'm starting it at, what time is it? It's 11:24 my time locally. So let's see how long this actually takes. First, we're going to flip this puppy on its side. Yeah, bam. Let's cut it open. Boom. So this is the cool thing about this. I knew before I even got it was it's a foldable rack. Comes in 2 boxes, and they're actually hopefully going to be sending me after this one. So if you guys like this content, make sure you check them out, because then if they like it and they get a good response, we're going to be getting another squat rack, which is going to be not only a foldable, kind of a standalone. So I'm excited to get and test that out as well. And if you guys have, even if I have to like buy the products, guys, I'm happy if you guys want to see me break down certain fitness stuff, like ask me or recommend, like, hey, Mike, what do you think about this? And I'll gladly get it where I can. And transparently, I did also have a Rogue Monster Light collapsible squat rack. So this will be a good opportunity to cross compare them, because I already had like the holes drilled, which makes it a little bit easier, honestly. Because I would say either you're going to want to have holes drilled for this, probably just from my experience with them, or you're going to want to have like a 2x4 you're going to attach if you don't have a stud that you're going to be drilling into. So the fact that I already had my kind of Rogue attachment, the only downside is I'm curious to see if the sizing is the exact same, because I may have slightly different sizing. That could potentially be an issue. All right, let's pop this puppy open. There we go. Let's check it. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't think we're even getting a workout in, because I'm unpackaging this. Normally, we do a band and bodyweight workout, but let's see how long this takes. If you guys hang around, we might get a workout in, even if it's just like one set. That's one thing I've learned, guys, especially when you're sick. If you can't do all the prescribed exercises or sets, like what I tell clients is like, do what you can, even if it's one set. There we go. Oh yeah. All right, so unboxing. We've got like all the essentials that we're gonna need. It's going to also have our instruction manual. I'm always curious to see how many steps this is going to have. Step 1, step 2, step 3, 4 steps. 5 steps. That's really not bad. So yeah, so we're going to take step 1, the actual cross beams. They're going to go up over here. Let's see. So here's the only thing I would say is you have a list of all the parts and stuff, but it's not very descriptive of like what you're actually going to be doing, which is potentially concerning. Now, I've done this already with another squat rack, so it may not be as big of a deal. But if you've never done this before, that can make it a bit more of a challenge. So we'll see. So we got the legs. We got our actual beam itself. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, y'all. Now the other side is also having all the boxes. Got all the boxes. All right. Gonna have to cut all this stuff up. The cleanup is no bueno. Christian, I might need your help on this, bro. Definitely gonna tag in Christian to help me maybe. Some of this cleanup. All right, so you got our other legs. One thing I've also learned is keep it all organized and together. Kind of obvious, right? But still valuable. So we've got those kind of base frames. I believe these are going to be the legs. Could actually be the top. I'm also looking over here because I have my other one over here. This could also be the attachment points. We'll see. I'll line it all up. We'll see what we got. I'm also looking at our manual too. But I'm excited because these should be universal holes and measurements, meaning I can use attachments from other companies and other squat racks that I've used in the past. But we'll see the kind of quality, especially because, like, here's the one thing I will say too. Rogue Fitness has a really, really high quality. So you're spending more, but the quality you're getting is like pretty serious. But I was impressed. This is an 800-pound threshold squat rack. So this can hold up to 800 pounds, which is pretty beefy. Like, you're not going to need more than that. If you need more than that, let's talk, man. So I'm going to kind of pop that up over here. The other thing, this is bonus points. I got to give them. Check this out. This is huge bonus points. Is they have the numbers on the squat rack. That's even with the Rogue Monster Light. They don't have it. A lot of squat racks don't necessarily have that, and that's something you kind of got to put on in addition. So the fact that they have that gets me pretty excited. All right, so I'm going to pause the video again, and I'm going to start up. Let's check the chat. Let's see where we're at here. See what questions, and let's see if the chat popped up. Chat's still loading over here. So let's check. See if we got any questions. Oh, what's up, Jason? Some assembly required. Yeah, for sure. I spent 4 hours on Sunday assembling patio furniture. Loud, I was so. Yeah, dude, that's a workout in itself. Coach Mike, it's been a minute. I've been working a lot, hours, and haven't been able to tune in. But hey, man, I appreciate you tuning in. So yeah, let's see. I'll highlight. Let's see if there's anything else really to highlight. All these things, you guys, if you have questions on the products, let me know. But really, I'm going to keep it kind of focused on the OBS spot and the squat rack that I'm going to be unboxing. And then we have, again, workout stuff. We have stuff from Wahoo. Shout out to them. But I'm kind of just going through all of this to see what we got. So that's going to be open. We got the base. Okay, so these ones are going to attach onto the base frame, right onto here. Got it. All right, so let's throw all this stuff over here to keep it somewhat, I say somewhat, organized. And then what we'll do is, if there's time, I'm actually going to test a bunch of attachments onto this squat rack to see what we can go with. Now, here's bonus points. It comes with the wrenches you're going to need. I also have a socket wrench with me, so I may or may not use these, but you got, again, not only all the nuts and bolts, but you got the tools that you'll need for assembly. I always appreciate that. Like, hey, man, don't make me have to have other stuff. But a lot of times you do. And at least if you do, like, tell us in the description and, like, help get it together. So this is what's going to attach onto the wall, I'm assuming, based on manual and also based. Now, the other thing is they do have some cool attachments. They have a landmine attachment. Nice. I always love seeing a landmine attachment. That's pretty clutch. Because here, like, this is the cool thing, guys. Like, having the landmine attachment a lot of times doesn't come with squat rack. So having that as a bonus with the squat rack, to me, is like a really nice feature. Let's check the J-hooks here. I always like to see beefy J-hooks to really hold the weight. Now, I'll say these seem really solid as far as how much they can hold. They're not as wide as some other squat racks that I've seen, but these are really, really solid. So I know they're not going to go anywhere. And again, because they have the numbers, it's going to be really easy to make sure you have everything lined up. So that's definitely a good move on their part. And what I say, like, I've even looked at starting to manufacture our own squat racks, and I'm impressed with some of the things they're going with here, because I know this isn't necessarily cheap and easy to get together. All right. And again, if you guys have questions, let me know in the chat. I'll be kind of jumping over there and checking it from time to time. Boom. All right. I'm also going to check to make sure the camera's going, get my coffee. So I'm coughing in everyone's ear. Don't mind me as I got the sniffles going down. All right. I got our coffee, and I think we're doing all right on time. Where might even get a little bit of a workout, even if it's mobility. All right, so we got our racks over here. It looks like those are the braces that are going to be connecting it for high and low onto the actual rack itself. We got our J hook. We got our second J hook. So it looks like this is coming with just the J hooks. Most squat racks, from what I've seen, they'll come with the J hooks, but they don't come with spotter arms. That's usually an additional fee. Like even with my my Rogue squat rack, that was an additional fee. But the fact they have the landmine attachment, they also have this pull-up bar attachment. It adds some support and rigidity to the rack, but also just a nice bonus accessory for additional exercise, which you'll see. I'm going to make a shoppable video for this. You guys will kind of see in that video. I'm curious to see also how this attaches on. So it looks like it kind of just pops in instead of like having a pin to it, which is interesting. That's why I kept my... All right, man. Kind of overdid it here with the tape. I'm gonna have to bust out. But I guess it's better to be safe than sorry with that. Boom, there we go. So again, that looks like the pull-up bar that's gonna go across, I believe. So that'll be cool. Let's see what else we got. Now here's the key. This is the most important piece that's gonna attach it onto the wall itself, is the plate, as it were. All right. All right. So now, to get that out of the way. Whoa, geez. And once this is all done, those are all our pieces. Now it's going to just be the assembly, like kind of getting it onto the wall. I think the measurements I took for my other squat rack are going to perfectly fit this. At least I hope, because that will make it so much easier than having to like re-drill holes, which I don't think I'm going to have to, but we shall see. Then Mapting, that's an interesting name. I gotta say, I've never heard of this brand before. When they reached out to me, I'm like, that's an interesting name. I wonder how they came across that. All right. And again, I'll be checking the chat here in a minute once I get all this unpackaged. So if you guys have questions, you can let me know. And then if you want to talk about other products, are there anything in the carousel you guys want me to dig into, I'll happily do that. We have pretty good amount of time left on the stream. I think we got at least an hour left, so I can get into everything. So to give you guys kind of an idea, let's see how this lines up. Oh yeah, so it's not actually going to be, probably going to end up having to drill holes. I'm not a huge fan of, or maybe I can just do it up here, and then I'll just get the initial part. So notice how the spacing and the dimensions are slightly off. This is a little bit shorter than the other one I originally had up, so I might have to drill some other holes. We'll see, but I'll be able to get the top hole in at least and get it set up from here. Now let me check the chat again. Ooh, and it's following me. Okay, let's see what we got on the chat. Let's see what questions you guys got. And then we'll bring it back from... Bring that, whoop, whoop. We're shaking and jiving over here, you know what I mean? There we go. So you can kind of see, I might honestly have to drill a little bit. So it's good the kids aren't home right now, because this is gonna get kind of loud. And then I'm gonna highlight for you guys also, we've got our absolutely free slow cooker recipe pack available right now. So if you guys want to get on that, from now until Sunday, we're making this. We have it absolutely free. Amazon let us do a 5-day promo, so get on that. That's not even within my control. So what we're going to look at now, guys, is with the attachments I have set up, the tools. We're going to start with step one. So it's saying, I feel like they're missing a step of like getting this onto the wall. That's like, they're assuming that's already up. Yeah, this is like step one doesn't even include get this up on the wall. So that's obviously going to be step one, which is not, I don't know why they're not including that. But 16, 11, 2 plus 4 plus 5. All right, so we got screw for number 2. Oh, maybe it's saying, okay, 1, 1. All right, it's saying step number 2. Oh, okay, I get it. So first it's saying attach the brackets on, then we're going to put it up on the wall, which, okay, that does actually make sense because we're going to have a hard time getting to these brackets once it's up on the wall. So first, we're going to take our bracket, size it up, and we're going to look at, let's see, what screw do we want? It's going to say number 2 screw. Now, here's the thing that I do like that they include. They have the number of each screw here marked off. Or actually, no, they just have, yeah, okay, step 4. Nice. All right. Shout out to them. And they have the kind of amount you should have. M12 by 20. So this is M12. Step 1. 8 screws. So we're going M12 by 20. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want 8 of these. So we got all 8. And we want that out. Let's see, do we want a washer? Yeah, we want the washer too. Boom. So let's get the screws out. We get the washers out. We'll get the nuts out. All right. And then this is the M10. So we want, from a washer, we want the M12 washers, which are right here. So we kind of got the way they actually set this up is pretty sweet. Like the fact that they labeled it like that, oh geez. And they have them numbered in like step 1, step 2, step 3. I appreciate this. I wish more companies would kind of do it this way. That's a nice move. All right, so let's see. The only thing that I feel like they could even improve upon is like even demonstrating how you want to set this up. Like I know we're going to want to go nut, washer, and then bolt on the back end. But like I feel like a demonstration of that would be pretty helpful. Just for me. So I'll kind of line that up. And just so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. So I'm taking, again, we have our washer, the nut, or I should say the bolt, the washer, putting that in. And then I have the nut that I'm going to just like lightly secure. I'm not going to put it on super tight. I'm just going to like lightly secure it. And then I'm going to take the other one, bolt, washer, throw that in. The other nut, again, lightly secure it. And then I'm going to come back and tighten this stuff up. I just want to get all 4 kind of set up, and then we'll go into the rest. So I don't think it matters as far as the other thing I like. If you notice, they have these 3 positions. I don't know if it matters if they're on the inside or outside. So that's the only thing I'm going to double check. Let's see. I wonder. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, support plate 3. It doesn't show if you want it on the inside or the outside, though. Looks like we want those 2 on the outside. Yeah, which makes sense. So we're going to have these 2 on the outside just for the other attachments that are going to be coming in. We got our washers. We got our nut. Bam. So again, guys, we're keeping like real-time tracking going on this. And again, if you're watching this, make sure the product highlighted right now is our slow cooker recipe pack, which is great for any time of year, but especially in the wintertime, we made that. But really, it's like a year-round kind of a thing. And then we're going to be dropping our supplement pack. We're partnering up with Nested Naturals, dessert pack, and a barbecue pack, which we actually have some new collaborations with. I'm excited to be announcing when the time comes. All right, so now let's pop out our actual wrenches so we can tighten this stuff up. Sorry, that is super loud, y'all. Oh, all that. So let's say that this is going to be what? 19? No, it's all right, 17, 17, 17. Boom. So we're going to tighten this up just to make sure once it's in the actual Once it's like mounted, it's going to be really hard to do this. So obviously now's the time to do it. Let me just make sure. Tell me this thing isn't. There we go. Boom. And this is where the socket wrench would be helpful, but I'm honestly already kind of committed to putting this together, and I'm too lazy to go get it and swap out. So pros and cons, I guess, y'all. But they gave you kind of all the tools you need to manually do this. So let's do it like true to the tools they provided. For now, at least, until it becomes like obviously painful that I need to use some other tools to set this up. Boom. And then in a little bit, once I get these together, I'll again check the chat. I'll come back to the video, pause and break it up, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, cool. Boom. Yeah, y'all, let me know if you also like seeing this kind of like the assembly with the products. If next time you're like, hey, dude, do this when you're not live, and then just like show us how you work out. I thought this could be kind of like a fun change of pace and informative, so you guys can kind of get a real expectation of like, I could tell you how long it takes, but then this way you can also see it, which I think is helpful. And that's just my opinion. You guys let me know what you think in the chat as well. And again, if you guys haven't been following all my other platforms, we're still doing that Mr. Health and Fitness contest. I'm in second place in my group right now. I appreciate all the support, guys. Everyone that's voted, whether you did free votes or paid votes, I've been like kind of collecting the data, and I got a really cool surprise I'm going to be setting you guys up with. And that goes in alarm, so that means I obviously got to come check the chat anyway, which is perfect timing. I hate all the alarms, though. I've got to be honest. So many alarms on my phone. All right, let's check the chat and see what questions we got going on. Doesn't look like anything's popping up. Boom. Appreciate all the love, though, y'all. I'm going to just kind of like highlight through some of the other products. You know what I'll do, too? We can also highlight some of our speakers here that I have at the gym, some other products I think that can be really helpful. Boom, we'll go to the OBS bot. This thing is absolutely clutch because that's what I'm using to film as well. Boom, let's go back to our camera. Boom, okay. So we're back here, up and running. Let's get the other bracket. I think that's honestly going to be, you know, I'm just going to bring the whole socket set over here to make life easier. Bring my drinks over here. We're going to get it all going. Let's get the other wrench, which I definitely left on the table. All right, y'all. Let's see. Chat's still not loading. What's up with the chat, y'all? I apologize if you guys, for some reason my chat's not loading, so if you guys are asking questions and I'm not getting to them, I'm just honestly not seeing them, so I'll circle back though. So we got one done. So ready? One is done. This is what it's going to want to look like. This is pretty beefy, y'all. I'm not going to lie. It's not as tall as the other squat rack I had, but it's still like very solid. So I could see why they're saying, yeah, it can hold 800 pounds. Like, I'd feel pretty confident with that, honestly. And again, when we're setting this up, we want these 3 setup holes. The 2 are going to go on the outside. So as the rack and everything gets set up, we'll be there. Get our washers. Boom, boom, boom. Again, sorry I'm sniffling in your ears, y'all. I'll just pretend like it's not even happening. All right, you guys don't even hear it. Boom. Okay. So one thing I can tell, it looks like they've also tested these from just some of the markings on it, that they like make sure before they send it out that all these things go together and they're actually legit, which is nice. It's a nice little touch, I will say. to make sure that you're not getting like faulty stuff. Because the last thing you want is like you're looking forward to this, you spend your money, you set everything up, and then you're like, it doesn't even work. Which I'm sure they'd be happy to replace it if that was an issue, but that's like the last thing you probably want to deal with. I know that's the last thing I want to deal with. So I can imagine you guys could probably feel the same. So again, we're gonna put our bolt and nut together loosely, and then I'm gonna get my, now again, it comes with a tool, but I'm just gonna kind of use my socket to help set this up a little bit easier. Make sure that that was on the outside. Yep, that's on the outside. Cool. That's on the outside. Nice. Bam. And then the reason we put this on first, which is now it makes sense in their instructions, is you're not going to be able to get to it. All right, perfect. So we got that one. Now let's line it up down here. So look, now I can just crank away. Oh, so much faster. So much faster. If I can keep my actual wrench and socket on it. So there we go. Cool. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. Look how quicker that is. Look, that's actually a good cross comparison that I can make in my recommendation videos. Like, look at how much faster this one goes compared to the other one, just because I'm using my tools. Like, even though, like, again, it's great they have the tools that come with it, but like having your own socket wrench, that's something, man. Like, even though I'm not a super mechanically inclined individual, I feel like everyone should still have a basic tool set in their house, in their apartment, in their condo, no matter where you are. Like, it's like having like basic, you know, like a fork and a knife in your kitchen. You should have a basic tool set in your house, or you're in your home, whatever that home looks like, whether it's an apartment, a condo, whatever. Oh, all right. Almost there. Almost there. There it is. Good. All right. So now we got both these set up. Now we get to actually put these on the wall. So let's look at what that's going to look like. We're going to go with, now that we're putting up on the wall, we're going to take the expansion screws. There's going to be 8 of them. It's going to be the M10 by 100s. These are wooden-based screws right here. Okay. Okay, so that's right into step 2. Nice. Hold up. Hold up. Expansion screw, M10 by 100 wood screw. So why is it? So it kind of gives you the option of, you can either do the expansion screw or the wood screw, depending on what you're going to be attaching it to, I believe. Let me just double check. Yeah, so you're either going to be doing an expansion screw or a wooden screw. I'm going to be doing the wood screws because I have the frame already set on this one. And I wonder, I don't even know, like, honestly, what is an expansion screw? I think it's just like if you've drilled a space and it kind of goes onto it. So I'll kind of show you the difference here so you guys can kind of see. This is the expansion screw that it's kind of calling for. This is the wood screw that I'm actually going to honestly end up using. And we're going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top. And again, we're just going with the washer. Yeah, we're going to go with a washer on that one. Just to be safe. So you got 1, 2, and the way it's kind of lined up, I'm going to honestly use, I think I have 2 or 3. 1, 2, 3. I have 3. So I'm going to use that top frame as kind of like the main reference point. And then we'll see the bottom one because it's going to be slightly different in the position. And I'm just going to measure up. Yeah, perfect. All right, awesome. Let's get this bad boy rocking, y'all. We're going to bring it up here. So now this is what having another person would for sure be helpful. And also, the one thing I will say, I like how they have the sign so you know exactly if you're doing it upright or not. So this is where I was actually going to wait for my buddy who's coming over this weekend, but I want to just get this done with you guys, if I'm being honest. So put the screws in my pocket. We'll go one at a time. Let's see how this lines up. For me, like getting that center hole is usually the best, or it's going to be the most like helpful from an anchoring perspective. So let's see if also the kind of, the holes I drilled ahead of time for my other squat rack are perfect for this one too. So this is going to be just what we want. This is exactly what we want, y'all. So again, I'm kind of holding it up one arm at a time. And then like I pre-measured all this. This is something that you would want to do, making sure it's leveled so you're not going to have it like all over the place. But because I already had my squat rack up here, I have it kind of lined up and measured. And hey, I think this is already kind of part of the workout for me. So let's get the other screw just to help balance and line this up. Hopefully that's not going to slide on me. Look at that. Boom. So here we go. This one's right here. Kind of just like line that up. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to kind of manually like pop this in there a bit. There we go. Get some good. Just get some grip. There we go. And this is really, listen, if you guys don't feel super confident with this, like especially when it's a squat rack where you're taking care of your health, like I would get a friend or hire somebody to help you. You shouldn't really need it, but at least have someone come over to help you out. Like my wife, I remember, helped me with the original one, and my brother helped me when he was over. But because I already have the walls or the holes drilled, it makes it super easy. All right, let's see. That one's pretty good. Let's tighten this up a little bit more. Then we'll take a step back just to make sure it's kind of like even and lined up. Boom. And then I'll obviously double check the chat and see what kind of questions you guys might have. Ooh, I'm roughing my knuckles up. This is all part of the fitness fun, you know what I mean, y'all? Let's check that. Yeah, that one's good. Oh, yeah. And this is what's cool. I actually have another set of wrenches that I probably could have even used for this. It's like a multi-purpose set that if you don't have the right, or if even you started to strip them, it helps you. All right. I think we're in. There we go. Now I'm just going to put the top two up just to kind of brace it, and then I'll put the bottom two underneath. Let's see. And then honestly, I don't even have it drilled, so let's see if I can just like literally line them up where I'd have the other hole and see if it'll go right in. I think this is going to work. This is honestly not, like, I know everyone at home is like, what are you doing, bro? It's not like the best way to do it, but this is what I'm doing right now. Kind of just hammering it in there to get, yeah, just to get that grip on the wall. Just so we can kind of get it started. There we go. Just to get it started. Because I know that's where the beam is. I've already measured and lined this stuff up. It would for sure be easier if I drilled the hole in here, but I'm not trying to bust my drill out right now. This is where I get my forearm workout in. We're pretty much getting right to the wood. So you know what I'm gonna do? I think I am gonna wait to get my drill out for that one. So we're just gonna do the bottom one, and then we'll start the rest. And then I can also obviously drill it in to make it that much more reinforced. Because I'm not gonna be doing it, I'm not gonna be lifting super heavy with it. But just so you guys can kind of see the setup, and we'll get some of the basic function again. I have these holes drilled ahead of time, already drilled into the rack. So let's first line up. This is again, we're having a person helps, but I've already got the the holes drilled, so we'll make it slightly easier. And then you guys can judge at home what you think. Get my other screw. Boom. Pop this puppy up right here. This is also what I will say, guys, is making sure that it's lined up. So I have this, have my holes lined up, and that's before I tighten it. I will also get my level out and my laser to make sure these things are lining up with each other, because the last thing you want is an uneven squat rack. But I put the holes in, and then I can just slide my rack left and right as I need to adjust if it's level or if it's perpendicular and lined up properly. Yeah. Oh yeah. Getting it going, y'all. We getting it going. I have to turn the AC on here soon. We'll see. Okay, so we got that lined up. That lined up. This is on the second one. That's on the second one. So we could even just go, yeah, perfect. So that's on the one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. I'm gonna just slide this just a bit. Just like that. Boom. And then again, as I put the legs in, we'll see. Obviously, if I maybe misadjusted or misaligned, I don't know what the proper word would be there. But we'll see. It's ultimately, we'll see if I missed the mark. That's kind of my point. There we go. That one's pretty good. Good. And I'm probably going to end up adding a third screw on each on the top, just to be safe. Especially because, again, I'm going to be doing a lot of cool stuff on this, so I don't want to mess around. But, all right, we got 2 steps down. Let's check the chat here real quick, and we'll go into the next piece. Let's see what we got in the chat, y'all. Questions, comments, thoughts. We'll go back to that squat rack if you guys want to get it. Bam. And then we've got, honestly, we may not, I don't know. We'll see how we're doing on time. Kind of got about 25 minutes left. If I can get this in, we'll do a little bit of a demo on some of the products. So now we're going to take those braces, these right here. So want that up like this. Boom. Yeah, perfect. So we're going to use 2 of the screws. I'm going to do M1220. Here's my M1220. M1220, we want 8 of those. That's the M1280. That's for step 4. Okay. Number 2. Oh, okay. So it's the same screws that we use there. 8. So we're using number 9. We want the bolt. go. So we're going to do, what are we doing with these? Number 2. It's number 2. 2 plus 5. So we got 2 of those plus a 5. What's 5? Washer. Washer. Got all the washers. Boom. Boom. So we're stacking the washers on both. And then we're going to basically screw in these bolts so it hinges and it can pivot. And then we got number 6, which is the fixing pin we have right over there. So here, when it's talking about that, it's the bolt right here. So we're going to slide the bolt in. I'm going to put this screw in, then I'm going to slide that in, and then we're going to put it in on the bottom with the washer and the bolt on the bottom side. So watch what I'm talking about. So we're taking, again, the spotter arm. This is the part the bolt's going to pop into. So we want to make sure we slide it in. Put that bolt. So wait a second. I'm going to put the bolt through. Got it. Okay. So the bolt's just going in through here. So we don't actually want to put the screws in yet until we slide it in frame. So notice what I mean by that. I put it in a little too early. So we're going to put the bolt in right through here, right? Then I'm going to slide that bolt right into this frame. And I'm going to line it up so that I can see the bolt on the bottom side and screw it in just to get a reference point. And then same thing on the top side. So we're just making sure we're lining this up so that this is catching. Perfect, that caught. Do the same thing down here. Perfect, that caught. And then we're just going to tighten this up. So I can use my socket and I can use the wrench to make sure that this is nice and tight. There we go. And then I'm going to use my 17. So you just want to make sure that's screwed in nice and tight. And then the same thing for down here. Make sure that this is nice and tight. So we want to basically have it where they're touching with the bolt. So this can still pivot, but it's not going to be loose. So notice this can still pivot and slide and move, but this part isn't loose. So we're going to do that basically on all sides. Simple enough. Pop these out. Not bad. Boom. We're going to do this on the top and the bottom. Okay. So I got my washers here. I'm going to chop it on that one. Bolt is lined up properly. And again, these are pretty beefy and durable, like even as I drop it. Something I'm kind of like looking at. Boom. Check it, y'all. All right, so again, we're going to line up that bolt. Okay, that's catching. Cool. So I'm going to take the other one. Make sure that lines up. That's good. Now, again, the key here is just tightening this puppy up. So I'm just going to keep this on. Make sure it tightens, which it looks like it is. Boom. Yeah. All right, that's pretty much there. We did pretty much the tech now. Just tighten it up with the actual socket wrench. There we go. There we go. Cool. There we go. Now we'll do the same thing on the bottom side. We're getting there, y'all. We're getting there. Almost done. Again, we got 5 steps. We're on step number 3. So I like seeing that. Okay. Where's my other washers? Here we go. They all fell down here. All right, some of these washers definitely just fell. So I'm gonna peel this back. There we go. Bop. Bop. Put the bracket on right there. And again, this is why it was important to kind of line up which side was on the outside. We put our bolt in, line that sucker up. Kind of got that one in. Now we'll get this one. There we go. Just kind of tighten these up. Make sure we're in there. There we go. Not bad indeed, y'all. Alright. That's good. And I'll tighten this bad boy up. That one's pretty tight already. We're getting there. All right, again, we've got the free cooker recipe pack if you guys want to get on that. All right, so 3 done. Now we're going to 4. Now we're going for the big arms. So I want to be very clear on how I'm going to do this. We're going 3, 4, 5. So we're going to do the M12 by 20 screws, which is right here. We're going to go with 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to do one side at a time. So we'll have 4. We got our washer. 1, 2, 3. And then 4. 3 plus 4 plus 5. And then we've got, what else do we got? We got a screw. Got the nut. It's 4. 1, 2, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Now let's line this puppy up, lock it into place. And then again, I love the fact that these have numbers, man. This is such a clutch component. Let's just make sure I'm going to line this puppy up in the right spot. And they make it pretty easy if you look at it with where you're going to want to have these lined up, if you could tell. So what I mean by that is, ooh, I'm missing a side. That's important, right? Let's get one more side. I just got excited to do the columns, but I'm missing a side. Let's get the last one in. Right here, our bolt. Boom. Where's my other bolt? There it is. So we pop this puppy in. Throw that sucker in there. Yeah, I gotta say, being able to have the holes already drilled make it so much easier. Like, so much easier, y'all. Or you might be using, honestly, like a 2x4 to anchor it to, so that might look a little different for you. Maybe that won't be that bad. All right, so clearly I didn't line this up properly. Here we go. Let's line this puppy up. All right. Again, make sure that I got this lined up so it's not going to fall out. There we go. Wait for it. There it is. All right. Let's drop down puppy in here. Nope. Nope. I don't know why this side's like I'm having the hardest time lining up. I think I'm just getting excited to get to the end. And I'm like, oh, come on. Turn that puppy up. All right, good. Now we're here. There we go. There we are. There we go. Okay. All right, so now, so this is interesting. It's saying just do the top ones. It's probably saying the same thing for top and bottom. Let's find out. So let's see how the numbers line up. Boom. This lines up right here. Perfect. That lines up right here. Perfect. And then we want the 2 screws facing in. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. So now the cool thing is, again, I can kind of adjust this as I need to. And then we have these 4. And they're going to be facing. I wish that's the one thing I would say is I wish they would tell you how they want this stuff facing, like facing in or facing out. Like, do we want the bolts on the inside or on the outside? It's the only thing I'm not super clear on. Other than that, this is pretty solid. And then we're going to have the landmine attachment, right? Yeah. Yeah. So 3 plus 4, so screw plus nut plus washer. So we're just gonna pop this puppy right in. Pop that puppy right in. So the only thing I realized too is in the height of when I was doing this thing is not fully touching the ground. Which isn't the end. I mean, it's ideal though. You really do want this to touch the ground because then it has a little bit of a stronger base. So I'm gonna play with, this is off by like an inch. I'm gonna just get it set up for you guys so you can see it. But the one thing I will say is I'm gonna play with the height on this to make sure that the actual rack is touching the ground so it has just that much more support, because otherwise the entire system is burdening that load, which is not ideal. It's not the end of the world, but it's also not ideal as well. Like ideally, we have the actual floor taking some of the load of the squat rack. There we go. So that's on me for like even assuming that even all the measurements are going to be perfectly lined up. So that's what we're going to do. Take our nut here, just clamp them on the back side, lock this into place. But yeah, I'm probably going to end up dropping these down, playing with some of the measurements and where I drill holes into it, which maybe I'll do in like another live stream too, so you guys can kind of see how it came along. But this is kind of that key feature. All right, so now we'll do the same thing on the other upright column, and then we're pretty much, I think we're pretty much there. And then it's just attaching on the pull-up bar. Yeah, then it's just J-hooks, landmine, pull-up bar, which is the easy stuff, y'all. I mean, I guess the fun stuff too. All right, let's pop this puppy in here. Then I'll demonstrate to you guys how we're going to like fold it up and why this thing is so awesome for that kind of capacity of it. All right, so let's take, boom, boom. There it is. Getting there, y'all. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, pretty much pretty much this whole stream was just going over the products and setting stuff up. But shout out again to Nested Naturals. Shout out to the Wahoo products. And what I'll do is next week we'll be able to actually like demo this a little bit more, which I think would be fun. Screw that bolt on. We'll do the same thing down here. We'll do the same thing down here, y'all. Yeah, the height's a little bit off. Now that I look at it, like I definitely need to tweak some of the spacing. But that's the cool part of this is I didn't tighten everything up super hard, so I can still continuously play with it. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. There we go. Put the bolts on. Shabam. Bam. Et voila. Go. Now, here's one of the other cool parts. Let's put the J-hooks on. I'll tighten all this stuff up. But I wanted to just show you guys, again, so we're going to put on 18, why I like being able to have the numbers here. So I could say, okay, cool, it was on 18. It's going to be on 18. Now the... Uh-oh, alarm's going off. Messing up my whole setup. Come on now. Let's check the chat and see if we have any questions here. What kind of questions we got, y'all? We'll bring it back in, pull it back up, get our free giveaway, and then bam, look at that squat rack. And then we'll highlight, again, the ability. I'm going to tighten some of this stuff up. Got the J hooks in here. So again, that's why I really like having the numbers to make sure they're even. And then for this, I'm just going to tighten up bolts. Oh, let me tighten up this side. All right, we'll get that. Then we'll get one more. There we go. There we go. And then we can also put our pins through this to make sure this isn't going to move on us, which is obviously very important. I didn't want to put all these things in yet until I'm feeling really comfortable with the positioning and the spacing I have it. Like I do want to play with this so it's actually like resting on the floor. So I'm probably going to drop this down just a wee bit. But at least we'll get the bars themselves tightened up, which really isn't going to be much of an issue. It's just the height of the actual plate. Like this part is the thing that I'm going to play with. That's just going to be some measurements and maybe some drilling. But again, I hope this was helpful for you guys so you can kind of see. And then the only thing I'm going to do here is finish the pull-up bar. And then really like with the pin, that is essential no matter what, but if it's touching the floor, it's kind of, to me, less of an issue. But obviously, I recommend doing it just from a safety perspective. And then they have those two pins to make sure you do lock it and keep it kind of in that good position. Bam. Bam, y'all. There we go. All right, let's get this side. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. That one's good. This puppy up. And then the other thing we're going to test is the holes for these beams to see if I have like attachments from other brands that can swap onto them, which I believe they're 1-inch holes, which is pretty like universal, I believe. So they should be able, it's either 5/8 is universal or 1-inch holes. So I'm gonna double check to see some of the attachments from some of the other squat racks that I have and see how well they transfer over. Like if I have a dip attachment, or being able to have these, I have a weight holder to see how those kind of transfer, which I'm really excited to see. And then you can kind of see when the pins aren't in, look, is the beauty of it. It's a collapsible squat rack, which makes it so awesome. That's like one of the attractive features of like, we're going to start being able to park our cars in the garage again, which I know my wife is super stoked about since she just got like a new minivan. All right. And hopefully this was helpful, y'all. Like, again, ask me any questions in the chat. I keep checking the chat just to see what questions do come up. And again, shout out to all the brands and the products that we have. If you have questions specifically on them, I'll gladly go over them, demonstrate them. I have shoppable videos. I got B-roll videos. And I also have a lot of them still here. Some of the things, transparently, I did get rid of in a yard sale. But happy to go over what I got. You know what I mean? There we go. There we go. Damn. Okay. There we go. Now the last piece, step number 5, is going to be putting in the pull-up bar. So check this. We can put it, and it's got multiple. I'm going to put it on the highest one though, just so you guys can kind of see it. There. Boom. We pop it back on. And then there should actually be these pins right here, specifically. This is specifically for the pull-up bar, so I can just kind of tighten this up, lock them into place, have the J-hooks. But what I want to show you, the other really cool feature to this, and then we also have, again, the safety pins to this for both the top and bottom of the bracket. As I like rip all the tape off, these will lock it into place. So again, I drop it right into here, drop it right into here, here, and here. So now you'll notice these won't actually be able to move and slide in and out. Now the best part is if I have it completely touching the floor, they'll have zero give to it, but because it's slightly elevated, it has some give. Now if I want to just fold this up, I pop the pins out. Pop the pull-up out, and then I can throw the J-hooks off. And look at this. Kind of awesome, right? I can even throw the J-hooks right into here if I wanted to, just to get them out of the way. And then you can even attach this right onto here. So now it's all completely collapsed, folded up. And then now let's just say I do want to exercise. I'm going to show you guys how simple it is to pull it out and lock it into place. And then I'll do like a pull-up demo. We'll do some other exercise demos. So you guys will see it. And then I'm obviously going to tighten things up. I'm not going to go super hard in the paint right now. I think that's pretty much the end of the stream anyway. So let's check the chat. Let's check our time here, y'all. Yeah, it's pretty much the stream, but I'm going to do a kind of quick couple of demos for you guys. And this is where, again, we take our attachments for the pull-up bar to be able to see. I like having the height on the pull-up bar as high as possible. And then we just tighten these things up. So it just keeps it nice and locked into place. Boom. Boom. Now take the J-hooks, Look at this. I'm going to throw it on, let's call it on 23 actually, because I'm going to be using some squats. So we'll set up for a squat. So I'll demo that. We'll kind of clear out the space over here. That right here. That right here. Put all these things right over here. That's one thing I do personally like, y'all. And then we do have the landmine attachment, which we also will get to set up. But I'm super excited. I want to show you guys all the other pieces really quick, and then we'll get into the landmine attachment, which this can go on, again, either side. Kind of throw it right in here, and we'll bolt it on. You know what? Really quickly, let me actually do that. Even though I'm excited, I want to show you guys the exercise. I do want to, so we're going to use, what are we using? Barbell holder. Boop, 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 boop. 14 bolt. Bolt. This timer's messing me up. My alarm. Oh, what's up, Diggs? It's cracking, homie. What's going on, Diggs? How you doing? All right, now we get this landmine attachment on. So the only thing we're going to do here is when we set up the bottom bracket, we'll just set up that bolt across. Should be one more. One more expansion bolt. Let's see if this is the right size. Might have the wrong one. Here we go. So we're going to throw one of our bolts right on through here. Line it up. Oh, let me just get my washer on here. So we got our washer. Throw it right through. Just lining this puppy up. Throw that. Tighten this up. There we go. And there we are. So honestly, you can put it opposite way as well if you want to have it flipped. But I'm going to highlight now with you guys some of the key features. Or I can honestly, I guess I could have just thrown this pin in through. So let's do it that way. Let's do it that way, y'all. I was using an expansion bolt, but I think we can honestly just pin this thing in. Do it that way, and then I'll flip it right side up. So you guys can kind of see how it's meant to be. Throw it in like that. Got our pin. Pop the puppy through. And there we are. So again, this would be even more ideal with it touching the ground since I don't have that set up. You're going to hear a little bit of give in the rack, but this will be a really good demonstration. And then we'll pull in. And we go, we'll get our squat. I'll show you guys some cool landmine variations as well that we can do. So first things first, I can go with the squat both in and out. I'm going to do it facing you guys so you can kind of see. Again, look at this. Transparently, I don't do a bunch of back squats. We'll do what's more realistic, doing some Zercher squats or even front squats. And then I would just adjust the height for that. And then we also have our landmine attachment. Check this out. And this what's cool is because of the angle and the positioning, I can play with it. We can move it around quite a bit. So I can go with a staggered stance, shoulder press. I can do a overhead landmine squat. I can do a kind of chest in landmine squat. We can play with these variations to it. Then obviously with this, I could bring it down, play with the height, go with a bench press, but I'm going to do a floor press actually, which is one of my favorite kind of variations for the chest. Put the bar up here. This is my jam, y'all. And again, because you have that space behind you, you can also get a spotter in here, which I highly recommend as you're going heavier in weights. So we're up. And voila, there we go. All the fun, y'all. So that's going to do it for the stream. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I know that wasn't as much of the workout as we planned, but honestly, feeling a little under the weather, I didn't want to push it too hard. But I just appreciate you guys. And Amber, thanks for the follow. And then you could use some wood shims to level out those. That's a good point, too. I could use, like, some wood blocks, honestly, to level it out. That's a good call. Good call, Delbert. Thanks for the follow, Amber. And again, shout out to Nested Naturals. Thank you for the support. As always, shout out to Ahul and all the products and the brands. Let's bring it back over here. Boop, 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 boop. Put it down. And voila. So again, that's going to do it. Got the Nested Naturals in. We got all the awesome supplements and new things they sent out to me. We got B-Comp. I got like all the awesome Nested Naturals. Let's just line them up so you guys can kind of see what we're going with here. Boom. 5-HTP. We got the vitamin D and K. We got our Luna. See if I'm missing anything. And that's pretty much it, y'all. So I'll kind of stack these up so you can kind of see them. And again, shout out to Nested Naturals and the brands for the support. I appreciate you guys, but without you guys, none of this would happen. Very cool. Take care, man. Yeah, Delbert. I'll see you guys next week and have some more fun. You'll see some more fun with the squat rack too. Later, y'all.